Greetings, Capricorn. Let's talk about how the end of May and first good bit of June will be treating you. The end of Taurus season and Gemini season. You are no doubt feeling yourself. And you should. You spend so much time and energy making sure that everybody in your life feels themselves. You spend all this time helping the hermit. Why not help yourself? Why not give yourself that energy and that ability to push through the hard times? Why not boost yourself up? Jupiter in Gemini persists until the midsummer, keeping you in this place where you feel like things aren't happening the way that you would like for them to, consistently. Work, love, life. And this might be the last drop of this energy where you feel deeply taken for granted by your industry, your partner, your friends maybe. You have one more month pretty much of realizing what you're doing wrong in your work, in your relationships, in your life. Gemini season is rolling in on May 20th, and it starts to have this conversation with you. This conversation where you stop expecting people to meet you somewhere. You stop expecting it because you realize that if you're just trying to keep them to the standard and, keep you guys all on the same page, it takes a lot from you. If you're trying to be accepted by a group or some groups, and maybe you just don't fit in because of how you were raised, because of what you've been exposed to. Gemini season helps you see how that's actually your strength. That's actually what makes you of value to your industry, to the world at large, to your partners. And so Gemini season can be this energy for you where every step forward that you take through this acceptance of how people view you and see you and feel about you it doesn't mean that you don't feel it at all. You actually feel it the deepest during this time, the rejection of it all. But this season coming up is duality. In that rejection, there's also immense value. If you do the work of showing up as something to be desired, and some days it will be hard. It will be hard to show up. It will be hard to put the feelings to the side. You may have read into people's words or, intentions in the wrong way, and that hurts your feelings, or it's just a lot of things that could trip you up over the next month. But what this season wants you to gain and enjoy is yourself, first and foremost, your own company. But maybe there's something that you're here to do to help the people around you. And you just can't do it for them if you're all dipped and dripped into this in the same environments. There's nothing new that would be brought into the equation. But I think you're reading you as the new thing in this equation as a bad thing, but I think that's just because you haven't found your audience. You haven't built that relationship with those people. You haven't looked your partner in the eyes and said, I love you. I appreciate you. I respect you. I see you. I value you. People know that you belong in the position of authority. But this past year has shown you that it's about more than just being in that position and having it and doing it. This year has been about being helpful. Helpful to yourself, helpful to others. And then in that helpfulness, the people that you need to help you can find you because you're in a frequency of elevating everyone involved. If you're finding it hard to get to that frequency and stay in that frequency, you may need some quiet. You may be overstimulated. You may be disconnected from what it means to excuse me, to be the strong one. You may be enjoying it too much, and it's like, well, what do you mean I'm enjoying it too much? There is such a thing. Your money life has been getting more and more steady the more you commit to the day-to-day job, the day-to-day task and work. The Three of Pentacles. The system is working as it should. The money can grow. And it feels new. New adventures, new projects. We have about a week left, or less than a week or so, of Taurus season left, but that's still enough time to spend too much money. Save your money, because Gemini season has a way for you of cutting your funds, of bringing you obstacles and expenses that are unexpected. So the money that you play with now will be the money that you really need in a month's time. So try to be a little bit frugal. It's hard. You want to have fun. You want to, be on the go. You want to have that moment of impulse. Enjoy that moment of impulse. But in about a month, you'll see clearly what that money should have been saved for that rainy day. That car trouble. That ticket to somewhere. And get ready to lean into the skill. Sometimes the skill is doing the job. Sometimes the skill is maneuvering the people around the job. Sometimes the skill is a combination of both. Most times it's a combination of both. And you're going to need that. You're going to need that submission to what this job is needing from you every day. The people, the servitude, the tasks. And you may feel like you're already in it, but there's a way that this sixth house is going to need you almost every second to be plugged in, to be aware. And you want to do a good job. But that doesn't mean that the expectation that comes to you over the next month doesn't exhaust you in a way that is just too much, And if you're really grounded, if you're, you don't have a lot of chaos going on, things are pretty simple, things are pretty basic, then when Gemini season comes in on May 20th to make a lot of room and space in your life, for you to sit with yourself. Your immediate reaction might be to be like, why am I alone? Why am I, in this random place? Or just, why am I just, where is everybody kind of thing? And you may want to run away from that solitude. And you likely will. But what you really want to do with that time is create a plan for something that you're trying to build, something that you're trying to accomplish. Create that work of art that you've been putting off and you just needed the focus to do it. Get that task done that would put you 10 steps ahead if you just spend a little extra time doing it. And worked on your body and your health and your look as well, because you understand that the way that you step out into the world, it immediately makes you attractive or not attractive to opportunities. The way that you present yourself, the way that you look. Don't do anything crazy, but do the work of cleaning up your look. It is important. Your love life. It's really sweet at the moment. But in about a week's time, whatever you think you can keep in the dark, keep under wraps, hide from your partner, wherever you're not being as considerate and responsible to your partner as you should be. Those situations get irritated really quickly. And I would tell you, I think today is a turning point for Capricorns in this need for you to not confuse the role that you're being asked to play in your relationships. Love relationships especially, but anybody that you're responsible to. You've been so cute that it's been just fine for you to not deliver. But as the sun moves quickly into Gemini, that cuteness wears off more and more day by day. People expect more of you. A lot more. Yes, your valuable energy is something that you can lean into to keep things where they need to be, so that you are not devalued in this time where maybe you just need to be aware of what more you need to provide. And that will sustain you in this time. It will make sure that these people, even though they do very much so want to argue and fight with you, but instead of them arguing and fighting with you, you can just draw them to you so much that they just are actually fighting to be around you. They're fighting themselves. So instead of criticizing you for what you should have done or what you did wrong, they're fighting with themselves because they know that if they want to be in your energy, there is a way that they need to interact with you and express to you what they want and they need. But it's important to do this in a very humble way, because if you, in your relationship, are actually quite insecure and are trying to draw this person to you through insecure practices, meaning manipulative, because you actually just don't feel good about yourself. So maybe there's some things that you can do to push this person right into your lap. Reverse psychology type things. There's a lot of conflict that can happen within you, even where you really just don't feel good about what you have. Your heart starts to pull on you. You know, that thing with your relationships where you know you have a job to do. Nobody has to tell you, but you feel it, and when you feel it, and when you feel like you're not living up to it, you beat yourself up. You're harder on yourself than anybody. It's that can happen within your love life. Nobody maybe even has to say anything, but you feel so bad. And you know that with you, your memories, they don't float away quickly. They stay forever. So be careful about the way that you treat your partner and the tone that you're setting, because the energy that you create could stick with you, could be something that this person carries forever and will impact your relationship forever. Whether this is how you start the relationship, or this is an existing relationship and something you're doing that is that could hurt this person really, really badly for a really long time. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's all about helping. It's all about being helpful. It's all about letting yourself be helped, so that really all you're spending the next month doing is resolving issues. There's a lot of issues. Get into that mindset, not because you need to be full of conflict and full of stress, but just because there's a lot that needs to be fixed, and you're already in a vulnerable space where you're fine to have these conversations about what needs to be fixed because you're aware. And you're not hurt by it. You're not, things just move swiftly because you're in that state already of building and resolving and cleaning up. Humble, not triggered. You are preparing for a beautiful year that will start during Cancer season. And so do the hard work. Do the hard work of cleaning up the gunk within your relationships, within your life, within your health over the next month and a half. Do the hard work of of evaluating yourself so that you can have the things that you really want and feel really good and ready, because they're coming no matter what. The things are coming no matter what. The people, the larger commitment, the bigger partnerships, they're coming no matter what. So it's your readiness for them that you have a month and a half to address. You have a month and a half to prepare. You have a month and a half to clean out your weak spots, your blind spots, your weaknesses. I will see you in Cancer season. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description. And sending you so much positive energy as you move through Gemini season, the last kind of hump before this harmony ensues. Beautiful times ahead. Beautiful times. Bye, Capricorn.